What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I'm going to talk about Cam Newton once again. I did a live stream recently. I'll link it in the description box where I spoke about Cam Newton in his interview with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. And there was some things that they discussed. And the one thing that went viral was about the fact that he had dated his ex Kia Proctor for a number of years. They had 4 children together while she had a child from a previous relationship. So they were basically raising 5 together because he accepted her child from her, previous relationship as his own. And they were basically a family throughout his career, especially during the time when he was playing for the Carolina Panthers. And that relationship dissolved after Cam Newton cheated on her and got another woman pregnant. I think this is a woman that was living, above his bar, I believe, or ended up living upstairs. I don't know if she still, lives there, but I think he even admitted to it. He had a child with this woman, and that pretty much ended the relationship. But the one thing that a lot of people, and we're going to get into what Kia had to say, because Kia actually made a video on YouTube, because Cam Newton is a YouTuber now. Shout out to Cam Newton for joining the YouTube community. He streams all day long. So I said in my live stream. Now she's on YouTube. She's making content, and she made a 20-minute video discussing some things. Even though she has not spoken since they had broken up publicly about him, I don't believe. The last time we heard anything about her and Cam, they were going through a legal battle because he was trying to get his Bentley back. And apparently they settled that. We're going to get into that. But, Kia had some things to say, and we're going to get into what Kia had to say. Because Kia, out of nowhere, off the top rope, with the video, and on site clipped it. They clipped it, and we're going to take a look at the clipped video of what she had to say about her previous relationship with Cam. Now, I want y'all to understand, they only had 4 children together. The 5th one she had from a previous relationship, but Cam accepted as his own.
Yeah, I wanted to focus on my career and get something going for myself. And then I ended up pregnant with Kashmir. And then that's when I went through a public breakup, and that was that. And then me and my partner, we separated. So I'm a single mom of 5. 5 kids later, people always ask, why are you, what happened with your marriage? Or why you're not in a relationship? And I always say I was never married, but the relationship, I thought it was going towards marriage. And then my partner at the time had an outside baby. And
which, by the way, I do not condone. I've said this. Listen, if you're going to date other women while you're in a relationship, you need to tell the person you're with. Getting into these relationships, trying to build families, and then not only are you cheating, you have a child, which is extra sloppy. That is not a good look, especially when you have an NFL career. Now, she's saying partner, but we all know she's talking about Cameron Newton.
He kind of wanted to force it on me, and I wasn't really ready to. I don't really know how to describe this or talk about this. He had a baby outside of our relationship that I was not okay with. And we were not married. So I'm like, I'm not about to deal with this, because I thought what we had was something way more special than the way you're treating it. And I felt like I had no choice but to leave. I had to choose me and my kids over what he was about to put me through. So here we are. I think the kids are great. They're in a great space. I just try to make sure that they don't go without and that they're good mentally. And we have a great co-parenting schedule. We do good with co-parenting. I feel like we do the best we can.
As you can see, Cam in the video, in the edited video, you see Cam right there. You know, listen, this is why I'm not going to sit here, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not going to sit here and go in on Cam Newton, because it's one thing to have a bunch of children by different women and you don't take care of them, but it's another thing when you have multiple kids by multiple women, but you're taking care of those kids. You're in those kids' life. Kia, despite how their relationship ended, despite him not marrying her, the one thing she isn't going to say is that he's a bad father. But I saw a lot of correlations between, you know, him having these children by these different women and him somehow being a bad father. This is why I think a lot of these people speak in bad faith. They're looking at their own experiences because they have children with men that don't want them. And when you have women that have children by men that don't want them, they want to project that onto Cam. Now, Cam is responsible for himself. He's a grown man. I in no way, shape, or form am going to defend his behavior. I don't think you should be out here impregnating women like this that you don't want to be with long term, especially flings, because the child that he had with that other woman, that Instagram model, that was a fling. Okay. He never wanted to be with that woman in a relationship. He never really even claimed her. Now, the woman that he is with now, Jasmine Brown, he's claiming her. So he could possibly end up marrying her. We don't know. That's why I say people should wait the process out instead of acting like, you know, he just creating all these fatherless homes and making this into another Nick Cannon situation. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
And we make it work. We make it work for the kids. It has definitely been a work in progress. And I feel like it should get better with time. Just give it time. I feel like everything always gets better with time. You know, as long as the parents are good in a good place, then the kids will be good. So as long as they see a healthy relationship, I feel like that's the best thing you can do. Because the co-parenting schedule, we do week on and week off. We switch every Sunday. It's like I have that week, that free week to myself where I can focus on what Kia wants to do and create all of these things for Kia. Like I started a beauty line, I started this YouTube channel, and I have so many more projects that I'm working on. And I have the time to actually do these things. I'm just so excited, and I feel like nothing's gonna hold me back now because I'm finally at a good place in my life. I did a lot of healing. My kids are older. Kashmir will be 5 in the end of September. So I'm just excited for me and everything that I have to come around. So after Chosen.
So you hear that from Kia. I want people to understand the reason why we're reacting to this is because the narratives are going around that Cam Newton broke this woman's heart, destroyed this woman's life. Cam Newton was a young man when he got with her. Y'all got to understand. Cam Newton started a relationship with her prior to 2015, because she got pregnant in 2015. I believe they might have started dating in 2014. He had a bad accident in 2014. And that might have been around the time they started dating each other. And she gets pregnant. He's only been in the NFL for about maybe 3 seasons. So he's young, he's in his early 20s, and people are expecting him to make these, decisions on marriage and family at that age. Because remember, when he broke up with Kia, he was in his late 20s? They got together when he was in his early 20s. They broke up. They got together. They were officially a couple, in 2015? And they broke up around 2019, I believe. 2019 was I believe when they broke up. So they'd only been together 4 years. Because remember, she had a child every year they were in a relationship from 2015 to about 2019, 2017, 2018. I think it was 2019. So every year they were together, they had children. And then they broke up 2019, 2020, I believe is when they broke up. That's around the time his time in Carolina was up. He ended up going to the Patriots that COVID year. The relationship had already pretty much been dissolved. He was dealing with this, his other baby mother, that the one that, he didn't really claim. And that's where things were. People act like they were together for 10 years. They were together less than 5 years. They weren't together for like this whole, and again, I don't know exactly when they started dating, but I'm going to assume it was in 2014 because she got pregnant and had a child in 2015. So they weren't even together that long. Now, again, my numbers could be off, but I don't even think they were together that long. Because remember now, she had a child from a previous relationship that Cam accepts as his own, which means he took on the responsibility of another man. But people don't want to look at that aspect of it. They just looking at him as if he's the bad guy because he didn't marry her. He wasn't even with her long enough to really make that type of choice. Now, again, I am not a fan, and this is my problem with what Cam Newton did and is still doing. He's having children with women that he doesn't see long-term relationships with. Now, he's with Jasmine Brown, the comedian. That could blossom into something we don't know. She's on her best behavior. Whether he all like that or not, that's just how it is. When you are a man with money and resources, the women that you date have to be on your program. I know they want to tell y'all that men shouldn't want quote unquote pick-me's, but you ain't getting no ring unless you a pick-me. You ain't getting no ring. It's just as simple as that. And if you do get married, it ain't gonna last long. Men like Cam Newton wants a woman that is totally 100% on board what he wants to do. Now, he was with Kia for the amount of time he was with her. They did have multiple children together. It didn't work out. He cheated on her. So y'all telling me that him having an outside baby, that, she didn't want to accept that. She said it. She did not want to accept it. She walked away from the relationship. Cam didn't walk away from a relationship. She did. She walked away. This is coming from her. She says that she walked away from Cam Newton. She wanted nothing to do with Cam Newton after he had that outside baby. She don't care about no relationship, no marriage, none of that. That's out the window. She did not want, because apparently she didn't feel like he was going to marry her. So what was the point of accepting another woman's child? And she shouldn't have to. Kia is under she has no reason to accept that other woman's child. None. If it was the other way around, I would say no. She had every right to walk away, knowing that she will end up being a single mother. But she didn't care. She felt like it would be best to just walk away from the situation. And that's what she did. And as for Cam is responsible for himself. He has to take care of them kids. And as long as he's taking care of those kids, I'm not about to sit up here and be hung up on marriage, because I don't support marriage. I don't. I just think that what's the point of getting married if at the end of the day, the woman that you married is the one that's going to end up divorcing you? Look at all these divorces. It's women who are going to get divorces, not the men. When men get married, they are settled in that. A lot of women get uncomfortable or they want to change and they get divorces. I don't support marriage. So why would I sit up there and be mad at Cam Newton for getting married? Why would I be upset with him for not getting married? I don't support it. I don't. I think marriage is outdated because women have changed a lot in their behaviors. The programming has been successful in turning women into annoying, disgruntled, man-hating women who think that having a good job and making money makes them wife material, or having degrees make them wife material. This is where we are in 2024. And that's why these men ain't marrying these women. And the projecting onto Cam Newton shows that. It's a lot of projecting. But let me know what y'all think in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll see y'all on the next video.